Second appearance of the Newcastle season to the family of the Kinsers, the Steve and Randy Kinser. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Motordrome. First of all, Steve, second appearance here. Last time out, not such a happy one for you as far as results were concerned, but you did come through from a very awkward position in the grid draw.
Oh, well, you have some good nights and some bad nights, and we had a little off night, but Randy took up a slack, so maybe we'll both run good tonight.
And now we get, I suppose, towards the end of your stint here in Australia. Do you find it difficult to maintain the concentration as you wend your way around these tracks?
Oh, no, you know, we're used to racing. That's pretty well the same everywhere. The only difference is that to me, I got only one, we've only got one guy over mechanic in between, so me and Randy have to dig in and help. I usually don't do a whole lot of work anymore the last few years at home anyways, but it was still enjoyable. You know, we come over here maybe to take a little bit easy, but we found out we were working awful hard this winter.
Okay, good luck to you in the racing tonight. I know it's been a heck of a week for you, but perhaps you can put it all together here at the Motordrome tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
And to the man who did so well here last time, Randy, you'll be happy to be back here because, well, admittedly you drew well, but you took every advantage of that grid draw and gave no one else a chance.
Well, when you draw and things fall into place, like Steve says, you know, sometimes things don't fall in place, but the last time my qualification put me where I was, and that gave me the starting position I needed, and I did the things that I needed to do, the car that worked out right, and then I got the result of the win.
Well, tonight you'll be looking for a repeat performance, a different format though tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit entirely different. There'll be no qualification, so that'll make it a little bit different on that part, and I assume we'll probably be starting farther back than what we were.
But good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome back to the Newcastle International Motordrome a man who doesn't have too bad a record here either, also from the United States, Danny Smith. Danny, welcome back to the Newcastle International Motordrome. We haven't seen you here for quite a while, and it's great to have you back.
Well, thank you. We was here last year, and it was our first appearance this year.
Well, so far, a busy season for you back home and here in Australia. It's never ending, as Steve just said, but you fellas are used to it all.
Yeah, I raced 94 times at home last year and 10 in Australia. Ran 104 races in one season, so we're pretty busy.
You got giddy going round, you've got some good machinery under you, and you're looking forward, I hope, to a good performance tonight.
Yeah, Dennis Fars stepped out of his car for me to race this tour, and everything's been going good. We've won a couple and run a second and a third. We dropped out of a couple, but everything's been going real good.
Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
And a gentleman we haven't seen here for a number of seasons, but we did have him here a few seasons ago, and he smashed a couple of track records when he was here. Make him welcome back from the United States, Jimmy Sills. Jimmy, welcome back to the Newcastle Motordrome. Great to have you.
Thanks, it's nice to be back here.
Well, what have you been doing with yourself since, I would hate to think how many seasons it's been since you've been here. Would I be right in saying about 4 or 5?
Well, it's been 10 years since I raced here at Newcastle.
I was way out.
And I won the last race I ran here, so hopefully I can keep that streak going.
Well, yes, you've got a pretty hot lineup. Your own countrymen in Steve and Randy and Danny Smith there, and some Australian drivers that are really starting to go a heck of a lot quicker than you were going 10 years ago.
Oh, that's for sure. Competition's a lot tougher than it was back then, and there's a lot better cars, and I think the drivers they're racing a lot more and getting sharper, and so it's a lot tougher.
All right, good luck on the program tonight.
Thank you.
From New Zealand, they're really starting to show us how over here in the sports as far as cricket and sailing goes, with the Plastic Fantastic on the other side of the country. But right here tonight, would you please make welcome the New Zealand champion, Lyndon Kendall. You Kiwis are starting to get it all together with cricket bats and golf sticks and sailing boats and now sprint cars. Welcome back to the Motordrome.
Yeah, it's good to be back here this evening. We're got to come here and see whether we can do it in the sprint cars, and so far with our tour I think we're basically showing that we're capable, and tonight hopefully we'll get on the gas.
You certainly showed that you were more than competitive here in your first appearance. It was a brand new track for you. You've had the opportunity now to sit in the seat for a little while, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you really start to lay them down tonight.
Oh, that's hopefully going to happen. We're going to get on the gas and try it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So we're getting set for the first qualifying heat. Away they go, and the Queenslander John Kelly got the jump. The American Jimmy Sills has trapped up about 2/3 track, and he came down the outside to look for a forward position. to move up into third place. But the leader at the moment is Kelly, followed by Rutley, who's under pressure from Sills, trying to come through on the inside, and Steve Kinser, getting clear of the pack, has moved up into fourth place. So down Main straight away, Kelly the leader, followed by Rutley, and then comes Sills, with Kinser back in fourth place, and Bob Tunks, the winner of the opening sprint race, running fifth. But the interesting battle at the moment going on between the American Jimmy Sills and the car number 15 of Rutley, and Sills got the better of Rutley there and moved up into second place. So after 10 years absence from the Motordrome, he shows that he still likes the place, and he moved up very, very quickly into second spot to chase out after John Kelly. So whilst he's making ground on Kelly, Steve Kinser, who's back in fourth place in the blue car number 1, is the driver to have a look at as he starts to put the pressure on Rutley. Tries to dive through on the inside of Rutley. Oh, and let's get back to the lead, because Sills is about to grab Kelly. Kelly the leader, Sills is making the dive at him. Kelly's still got the lead, but look at Sills starting to get wound up. He's really got the foot flat to the floor. Kelly got a bit of a shock there, didn't realise that Sills was so close to him, and he got a bit of a kick on, but I wonder has it been a big enough kick. Kelly from Queensland leads Sills from the USA. Rutley in third place, and Kinser trying to dive at him, with Bobby Tunk starting to join in. This has developed into a real struggle up front. They're coming to a slower car, and Kelly is the man looking for a way through. He tried to climb through on the inside, slowed down dramatically. Sills caught right up to him as they got past the slower car. It's still Kelly, followed by Sills. When the white flag is out with a lap to go, so the pressure is on here. Kelly, Sills, followed by Rutley and Kinser, coming down the checkered flag, and it falls for Kelly, followed by Sills, then Rutley and Kinser, then Tunks and Kendall from New Zealand, with Perce Howard being lapped during the running of the race and Kev Worthington retiring to the infield. 2 minutes 25.077, and Kelly got a bit of a shock there when the pack caught up to him, with Sills in second spot and Rutley finishing third. Steve Kinser was looking to try and get that third spot away from Rutley, but the car of Rutley is a very fast car, and Kinser couldn't do that, and he had to be content with that fourth spot. The cars are starting to grid up for the sprint cars. Second qualifying heat of the Winfield Masters. 39 Ross Bolt and 29 Alan Harris have the front line. Ross Bolt, a Newcastle driver. 96 Bruce White and 95 Sid Moore. Max Dumsney in the 77. The 37 Dave Anderson. 8 is Tatnall, 3 is Danny Smith, 2 is Randy Kinser. There's the green to send them away in the second qualifying heat. Alan Harris got the jump. Sid Moore and Ross Bolt momentarily touched cars. Dave Anderson got the short back and sides as he came out of turn 2 and lost a couple of placings. The leader, though, is Alan Harris in the white car number 29. Newcastle's Ross Bolt is holding down second place. Sid Moore is running third. And these three cars seem to have it pretty comfortably at the moment, with Bruce White back in fourth place under some challenge as Dumsney drifted up high, and Danny Smith came through on the inside of him to try and look for fifth spot. I don't know that he's going to quite get it, because Dumsney came back at him on the outside in the black 77 car and pushed himself back into fifth place, and Danny Smith in the red car number 3 dropped back into sixth spot. There's Smith having another crack at Dumsney on the inside, but he lost a lot of ground there. He lost all drive and traction coming out of turn 1 into turn 2, and that allowed Dumsney to move away from him and put himself up into a challenging position fourth and fifth spot. The leader's just going right away from them, Alan Harris. Ross Bolt has got them stacked up behind him in second place. Behind him is Sid Moore trying to find the way through. Got up on the infield, did Sid Moore, and lost a bit of ground as Bruce White came at him, and Dummersney is really coming at them hard. It's a tight bunch of cars coming out of turn 4 for the minor placings. Ross Bolt, Sid Moore, Bruce White, Dummersney moving round the outside with the high line. Oh, Danny Smith lifting one wheel up, but he loses a lot of ground there as he dives in too tight going into turns 1, 2. Alan Harris has rocketed right away from them. Ross Bolt still running second. The Newcastle boys holding them all at bay. They can't get past him. They're trying to cut the corner and take the shortcut, but they still can't get round him. Dummersney's the danger coming at him in third place now. He'll take Bolt on the outside, I would reckon, as they come down main straight away. Now he has a crack at him on the inside, actually, and they lose a lot of speed trying to do that. And Bolt's got them covered as they go down the back. Dummersney running third. Danny Smith's got through into fourth place. Dummersney trying to get through on the inside of Ross Bolt to take second place away from him, and he's got him this time. No, Bolt came right back at him. They lose too much ground trying to cut that corner. There's the checkered flag. The 29 of Alan Harris is first. A good drive by Ross Bolt. He held off the pressure well. He came home in second spot. 77 Dummersney, the 3 of Danny Smith, the 95 of Sid Moore, and the 96 of Bruce White, in a time of 2 minutes 25.361. We have Rutley and Kelly at the front, and if Rutley gets the jump at the start, I think he'll be very hard to beat because he's very fast. The green flag drops and away they go. Rutley did get the jump. Kelly tried to tuck back inside him in the Winfield car number 7, and Sills, who's going very well tonight, got away quickly and has moved up into third spot. Dummersney's coming through on the inside of Bolt to look for fourth. But I think the bird might have flown the coop in Bob Rutley. He's very, very fast on this Motordrome track. The car is a real goer, and he's starting to move away. In second spot, the Queenslander, John Kelly, in the Winfield car number 7 low. He got oversteer there, and quickly Sills came at him on the outside, and Dummersney gave him the go-by. Dummersney shot up into third place. Sills is out and chasing on Rutley, but he's not going to get anywhere near him because Rutley is flying. Sills in second spot. Dummersney running third. Then in fourth place, we have Kelly, who was right up with them at the start, coming under some pressure from the 2 Americans, Steve Kinser and Danny Smith. Rutley leads. Sills is getting closer. He's definitely pegging the gap back on Rutley, but I'm sure he's going to run out of laps. 3 laps to go from here. Sills is closing ranks. Dummersney third. Then the 3 cars battling it out. The Queenslander, the red number 7 of John Kelly, and the United States driver Danny Smith in the red number 3. And isn't he starting to unwind as he tries to come through on the inside of Kelly? Really putting the pressure. Oh, he got the front wheel hooked right up off the ground too, did Danny Smith, as he came through turns 1, 2. We'll get back to the leaders because there's only a lap to go. And Rutley under some pressure from Sills. Sills is really coming at him strongly in the last few metres. Can he dive through on the inside and get him? No, he can't. Rutley is first. Sills is second. Dummersney is third. Oh, Danny Smith came from the clouds for fourth place. A great drive. 7, John Kelly, followed by Kinser. And that is a new record. 1:53.472 beats the old record by 2 seconds. 1:53.472, trophy presentation time. Right, Mike, yes, we'll make the presentation of the trophy on behalf of Winfield tonight in our International Stars Dash. We'll get Bob to come this way. He's accepted quite a few of the trophies this year at our Newcastle International Motordrome because this car goes very quickly. He drew the front of the grid, but he got the jump. Bob, on behalf of Winfield, would you please accept that trophy? They are tremendous sponsors for tonight. My congratulations too. This track is probably becoming a bit of a favourite of yours because you've stepped into this presentation area a couple of times this season.
Yeah, it's a good little track. The car's working good. The track's in good shape tonight. You know, Rick does a fine job with the car. Rick and Ian and Pioneer Asphalt and all the boys.
So that's a pretty impressive grid of cars for the Winfield Sprintcar Masters. What a great looking group of cars. Under the solid yellow, so we'll roll them round one more time, and then we could see a start. Give a wave and give a cheer to your favourite driver as we get them set for the Winfield Sprint Car Masters. The hearts start to pound a little now as the lights go off, indicating a start is imminent. Oh, look at Kinser. Moves up on the outside to try and get the jump. The green flag falls, and Alan Harris shot into the turn one. Is there any troubles there? All the wings seem to be pointed in the right direction, and they got through the first turn safely. Through turns 3 and 4 to complete the first lap, and they're starting to gun it already. Alan Harris is the leader. Ross Bolt is in second place. The big guns from the back of the pack. Max Dumsney going right round the concrete wall. Danny Smith in the red car number 3 coming through on the lower line as Dumsney in the 77 moves up on the high line to try and force their way through the pack. Dumsney in 77 still persisting with that wide line, and that's allowing the Americans to get through on the inside of him, and Jimmy Sills is going through on the inside to come below Dumsney and move himself up into a challenging position. But as they go down back straight away, a couple of the interesting cars to keep an eye on here. The car running up into third spot now is John Kelly from Queensland, the Winfield car. Also trying to make a pass on the inside there of Bruce White is Rutley, and Rutley did get through, and Rutley moves up into third place. White comes back at him beautifully on the inside, and Bruce White then moved up very, very quickly to come back on Bob Rutley and hold down that spot. The New Zealander Lyndon Kendall went onto the infield there as we get back to the cars at the front of the pack, and they're starting to sort themselves out. A car making an interesting challenge here is that Queensland number 7 car of Kelly as he tried to move up on Bob Tunks in the 54. Tunks has been going very quickly tonight, and here's Bruce White giving Ross Bolt the old move over. He really gave him the push and the shove and pushed him right out wide. But the yellow light has come on, and Alan Harris will come back to the pack, and that's not what he wanted. Alan Harris was, I'm sure, hoping that the race would continue uninterrupted because he had to jump on them. Green light, green flag, away at the restart, and Steve Kinser has decided to try and get mobile, but just doesn't seem to be able to make up a lot of ground. There's John Kelly in trouble and dropping right back through the pack as Alan Harris still has the lead. Down Main straightaway, a big burst of cars, and going through turn 2 at the moment. An interesting battle developing for the minor spots as these cars tend to sort themselves out. And Bruce White and Danny Smith, the American in the red number 3, is doing some wheel hiking too. That left inside wheel leaves the ground at times in the red number 3. Sid Moore going into the corner is well back in the pack. Interesting struggle still behind Alan Harris for the minor spot between Ross Bolt and Bruce White. Then comes a big group of cars. Bob Tunks is in 4th place. Here's the American Danny Smith in the red car number 3. He's moved up now into 5th place and starting to look a bit of a threat. Down back straight away, we're having a look at Danny Smith and Bob Tunks go charging towards the front 3 cars. Alan Harris, Ross Bolt and Bruce White, and then here come the 2 challengers, Bob Tunks and the American Danny Smith, running in 4th and 5th place, and Bob Tunks is moving right up to Ross Bolt, who got very, very untidy, and Tunks moving through on the inside of Bolt if he possibly can. And he's parked right behind Ross Bolt at the moment. both running third, but here come the challengers on him, Bob Tunks and Danny Smith. Danny Smith running in fifth place behind Bob Tunks, and they're packed up behind Ross Bolt at the moment.
Alan Harris still a good leader here from Bruce White for this battle for third place, really hotting up now. Ross Bolt holding out Bobby Tunks and Danny Smith at this particular stage. Well, we've got 8.5 laps to go, and this is going to be a great battle for the miners. Alan Harris, a good leader in 29 from Bruce White in the 96. Then we're back to Ross Bolt, and Bob Tunks can't get past him at this stage. Down underneath he goes this time. Good driving, Tunks. He's got into third place and pushes Ross Bolt right to the side. He takes Danny Smith with him, and there's a gaggle of cars as Ross Bolt got sideways. Danny Smith tried to avoid him. He couldn't do so. Ross Bolt coming off the wall, careered into Danny Smith. He came backwards into the wall, and of course he's taken two drivers with him. He's taken the number 15 car there of Bob Rutley, and I think it is Steve Kinser in the number 1. Can I see that? Yes, it is Steve Kinser in the number 1 also. And those three cars are in a hell of a mess at the moment. Ross Bolt's car looks as though it's been just about split in half. But a serious situation there with Bobby Tunks getting down below Ross Bolt, pushing Ross Bolt up to the wall. He clipped the wall, came back down on Danny Smith. Danny Smith careered into the wall, and of course Ross Bolt with nowhere to go, parked in the middle of the track. Bob Rutley and Steve Kinser bang into him.
And there's some damage on those cars. Now Danny Smith, it'll be interesting to see whether he can get fired up again. In the number 3 car, I don't think he had much trouble. Now Alan Harris, Bob Tunks came through on the inside of Bruce White. He moved up to second. White tries to come back at him on the inside, but got up on the windrow and lost some ground. Dropped back to third place. Jim Sills, the American, is coming up into 5th spot and looking to challenge on the inside of Bob Rutley. So it's Alan Harris, Bob Tunks and Bruce White running 1, 2 and 3, and Bob Tunks looks the only real danger to the leader. Alan Harris in the two ASAP courier cars running 1, 2 in the Winfield Sprint Car Masters. Harris and Tunks and trouble at the back of the pack. Car stuck on the track there. So another restart, 6 to go. Car stranded on the track. Can Harris hang on? He's had to suffer some stoppages. The pressure's been on him, and Bob Tunks will really apply it to him now. The other danger could be Jim Sills sitting back in 5th place on the track. Coming into the corner, Harris gets a spurt. Jimmy Sills is coming quickly on the outside of Bob Rutley to try and gain a place as they got away at the restart, and Tunks is having a throw at Alan Harris as well. Alan Harris and then Bob Tunks coming into 2nd spot. Bruce White is running 3rd, and it'd be good to see him hang on. And Jim Sills came right through on the inside of Rutley. Tremendous racing with just 4 laps to go. Alan Harris, can he hang on and see it through?
Harris leads from Bob Tunks. Then back to Bruce White. Mr. Thrills, Jimmy Sills up in the 4th spot, and he'll make that pretty interesting. Max Dumsey having a very, very good battle back there with Bob Rutley, and then it's a little bit further back to George Tatnall. But with 3 laps to go, it is Alan Harris. Can he hang on? And it'll be great to see him because he's done all the running, all the race. 2.5 to go. He leads pretty well from Bobby Tunks. And then it's back to the 96 car there of Bruce White. And then back to Mr. Thrills, Jimmy Sills, but he can't make any ground on these leaders at this stage. Can he pick up a spot from Bruce White? Max Dumsey having a good go back there with Bob Rutley. Coming down now to get the white flag is Alan Harris. 1 lap to go. Bobby Tunks will be all out to try and pick him up. Bruce White, Jimmy Sills, and then back to Bob Rutley. But can he hang on? Half a lap to go, Alan Harris. He's got it shot to pieces in the this car, the ASAP Couriers. He comes down and gets the checkered flag. The 29 of Alan Harris from the 54 of Bob Tunks. The 96 of Bruce White, then the 2 of Jimmy Sills, and the 77 of Max Dumsby. A very, very good drive and a well-deserved win in our final event on our card tonight. The Winfield Sprint Car Masters, and give him a big hand as he comes around. He thoroughly deserved that win. The 29 of Alan Harris in the ASAP Couriers car. And the 54 also the ASAP Couriers of Bobby Tunks in second position. And in third, the 96 of Bruce White, who also drove a marvellous race tonight to pick up third spot.
Again, thank you very much to the Winfield people who have been with us tonight and have supported this meeting tremendously well to provide such great racing for you. So one more race to go after our trophy presentations. And Alan, if we can ask you to step over and join us in the presentation area as the number one driver in our Winfield Masters. And I'm sure that the Winfield people would like to have something to say after such a great international night, but our locals have scooped the pool.
Well, that's very encouraging for a change, seeing we have drivers here from all over New South Wales, New Zealand, the USA, Victoria, South Australia and Queensland. So I guess it's a great feat for you, Alan, to take out the Winfield Sprint Car Masters this evening. I guess the race was marred with a few accidents, but it certainly didn't deter or detract anything from the great win. And also the heats leading up, it was virtually a clean sweep for you, Alan. So if I may, on behalf of Winfield, congratulate you on taking out the 1987 Sprint Car Masters. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Alan, you'd be very happy if I can just step in the middle. The stables run 1-2. You were under a lot of pressure, a number of restarts. Bob Tunks, your stable mate, crept up on the rear of you there, but you were able to come home with first place. You'd be a happy man.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for Bob that he didn't try a desperate on me. I really thought he was going to, but I'd like to thank Winfield, the Motordrome, the guy who prepares the track because it's pretty good tonight, and ASAP for being part of the deal. It's a very good deal I got with those, and thank you very much. Thank you, Valvoline, and thank you to the pit crew for really putting in a big effort, and they do it all the time. But thank you to the Motordrome and Winfield. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan. Second place has gone to the number 54 car of Bob Tunks. And Bob, if you'd step into our presentation area, accept the trophy on behalf of Winfield. Congratulations to you. You're making a bit of a habit of stepping into our winner's circle here. Not that we mind, because it's been a long while since the locals have put the internationals back in the minor placings, and we've done that tonight. Congratulations to you.
Thanks, Ross. I thought when we drew back in 10, that was the end of it. Alan off the front was always going to win it, because he's got a good race car. First time in Australia that Challenger race cars have run first and second. But I'd like to thank Winfield for the trophy, all the boys and the crew for all the work they've done. Andrew and Graham and Grant, Meathead, Robert, everybody else. I probably forgot someone. To my sponsors, ASAP Courier. To one guy, without him I wouldn't be anywhere, and that's Ivan Walker. The car wasn't going early in the night. He got it fixed and going for the feature race. Without Ivan, I wouldn't have even saddled up this year. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Bob. And one fellow I'm really pleased to see step into our place getters here at the Motordrome, because he continues to support us meeting after meeting after meeting. And as far as I know, here at the Motordrome, this has been his best result. Bruce, on behalf of Winfield, accept that trophy. Bruce White stepping into third. Congratulations to you. I would be right in saying this is probably your biggest moment at the Motordrome anyway.
Well, it's been some time, actually. I'd say this is the best effort I've put in for, well, the last 18 months. It's a new car, it's taken a bit to get used to, but it's slowly sort of getting together. Unfortunately, I haven't got a lot of sponsors I can thank or whatever, but it's one thing, I appreciate racing here. It's a beaut place, I really enjoy it. My congratulations to everyone who brought the Kinser team out here. If it doesn't increase our ability, it certainly excites our blood to race against them. The one fella that I think we're starting to think he's a little bit strange, actually, he spends more time with me in my car than he does with his mother, I think.